Here we go. Looks like we are live on Gilbert House. Are we live on the Bruce Collins Show?
Let's see. Let me try it again here. Yes, we are.
Assuming, all right. Well, assuming we are live and out there, then welcome to this test of the stream that'll be coming this coming Thursday from Roswell, New Mexico, as Joe Jordan, Guy Malone, and Jackie Alnor host the Christian Symposium on UFOs and alien abductions, part of the Roswell UFO Festival. Bruce, have you ever been to the UFO Festival?
I've never been to Roswell. I've never been to New Mexico,
Oh,
actually.
we've been a few times, but generally when we go to Albuquerque because there is a wonderful school there, the Trinity Southwest University,
By
where
the way,
Dr. Stephen Collins.
do you know who always takes a left turn at Albuquerque?
Oh, Bugs Bunny, of course. Or
There
he
you go.
always misses the left turn. Yeah,
That's
at
right.
Albuquerque. But Dr. Stephen Collins is the head of the team that has been had excavated for 20 years at a site across from Jericho, over on the Jordan side of the Jordan River, and has positively convinced us that that is the site of ancient Sodom. Yeah, we've been to Roswell once. That was back in 2017, and that was a very interesting experience. So the folks that are on their way there for the 4th of July festival are going to have themselves a very unique time. I mean, it is campy in some ways. I mean, the McDonald's there looks like it's got a UFO that's crashed into the roof. At least it did back in 2017. A lot of people there who are seeking answers. And they're not seeking answers to, say, technical questions like how is it possible to cross the vast gulfs of space between here and Zeta Reticuli or whatever. They're there to find out the big answers of life. Where do we come from? Why are we here? And what happens to us when we die? And those are theological questions. And that's unfortunate that they are going to Roswell and the UFO Festival for that particular event and for those particular answers. Trying to bring up our YouTube channel here and make sure that we are in fact streaming while instead of just you and me just speaking out into the void.
Yeah,
So this will be
that's obviously
a
one.
new thing for you.
Yeah, that's obviously a big alternative that Joe Jordan and Guy Malone and Jackie Alnor offer this Thursday is an alternative to what the rest of Roswell may be providing as quote unquote answers.
Yeah. Uh, I remember when we were there, and we were there with Josh Peck. Tom Horn sent us. Yes, okay, I can see the stream, and we are there, and
Excellent.
we've got a few people, 19 people watching.
And
Okay,
for
God
and
bless
for
you.
for those who stumbled upon my feed, this is Derek Gilbert over here. He is part of Gilbert House. Derek and Sharon Gilbert. They have PID Radio. They were the first ones out there in podcasting Christian. Well, let's just say topics that the mainstream church wasn't handling at the time. So he hosts with Sharon PID Radio. He hosts View from the Bunker and Gilbert House YouTube channel. So just wanted to
Yeah,
do that.
and for those of us here, let's see, am I pointing the right way here? Let's see, you'd be to my
Yes,
left.
on
Yes,
my channel
yeah,
you are. I
and,
think.
and yes, and this sadly, this is part of the neurological thing I'm dealing with. I trigger finger. I can't really point. So in this general direction, this is Bruce Collins, host of the Bruce Collins Show, the Baron of Broadcasting. You still using
So
that as your?
self-titled, as I say on YouTube, the self-titled Baron of Broadcasting. Because you
Ah,
see, years ago, Howard Stern was the king of all media, so I couldn't use that title. So I had to be the
ah,
Baron of Broadcasting.
sure, a lower title, lower rank in
That's
the
right. Much
royalty of
lower.
broadcasting. So yes, the Baron of Broadcasting. And on Thursday, July 2nd, beginning at 3 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, if you're in Roswell or anywhere in the Mountain Time Zone, we will be streaming the Christian Symposium on UFOs and alien abductions from Roswell as Guy Malone, our missionary to Roswell, Joe Jordan, the CEO of CE4 Research Group, Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind, and Jackie Alnor, who's a Christian apologist, whose husband Bill wrote a book about this, the spiritual nature of the UFO phenomenon, gosh, more than almost 30 years ago now. So they will be presenting and also taking your questions in the stream. So the live stream on Thursday afternoon, you can post your questions there, or you can email them to us. Our email address is info@gilberthouse.org, info@gilberthouse.org. And if you want to send them to Bruce, what email address should they use?
collinsbd@theancientaol.com.
You've got mail.
That's right. I just had Joe, I believe, check on me here in the chat. So Joe Jordan. So thank you, Joe, and whoever else is lurking.
Yeah, seeing a number of folks there in the chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, Wiley Coyote. We did just actually we did see a Roadrunner when we
Wow.
went down there back in 2017.
Now that I'm
the
in
rental
Arizona,
car from the
I see Roadrunners all the time.
okay. Not a thing. We've got coyotes here in the Ozarks, but no Roadrunners as far as I know.
I had Javelina opening up my garbage can one night and taking out the garbage.
What?
Javelina looks like a pig, but it's not really.
Okay. Life in the country is interesting. Sharon this morning had to. We've got porch cats. This is the third time that somebody has deposited
Wow.
a cat on our property. Once was just a kitten, but twice was a mama cat about ready to give birth, and one had 7. We had fun finding new homes for all of them. And currently, we've got Sharon named her Portia because she's living under the front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kittens out there, 3 of them winking, blinking, and nod. But she had to defend them from a raccoon this morning.
Oh, yeah.
She's been putting feed out there just to get them a little strength and to encourage them to become less timid around her so that we can. There is a lady who lives near us who's volunteered to take them, have them spayed and or neutered, as the case may be. And we're just trying to make it so that it's not a traumatic experience for them to go into the little carrier. But that was interesting this morning. Sharon had to sit out there with the I think it's part of an old hockey stick that we used to keep the sliding door to the deck in the back, barred at night. She took that with her, her boomstick and the raccoon actually climbed up and was hiding under the rafters.
Wow.
Under the front porch. So anyway, life in the country can get interesting.
Surprisingly though, I lived in the Bay Area and when my mom got sick and she had dementia, she took some cat food outside because she said there was a cat that was outside. And one night she looked out there and she said, "Bruce, come here." And I looked outside and there were raccoons eating cat food.
Yeah, yeah. My mother did the same thing as she's in a retirement community where they've got several different areas where retirees can live. And frankly, Sharon and I right now are looking at the independent living cottages as a possibility for us as we try to downsize. But yeah, Mom was feeding the feral cats. She would go out for lunch with a friend and she'd bring home half a hamburger and a bunch of fries, and then she'd leave it outside. And so the feral cats would come around. The problem is the community in which she lives has a population of white squirrels. So this small town in southwest Missouri is known, and they advertise it. We are the home of the white squirrels. And they protect the white squirrels. There's a local ordinance. If you do something to injure a white squirrel, you pay a fine. And Mom was bringing the cats in there to the area where most of the white squirrels congregate. And yeah, that was not a good thing. So, yeah.
She meant well.
But I'm feeding them. I'm feeding them.
Yeah.
Yes, but mom, cats are hunters. They go after birds. They go after squirrels. It's just what cats do when they're
Yeah.
when they're outside. Anyway, Portia is clearly an indoor cat. She wants to come in very badly, but I'm allergic to cats,
Mm.
and because I have, a bit of a mobility issue at this point. This is my cane made of steel tubing, so it is tubal cane. Little dad joke there, reference to the book of Genesis. And we can't really have them underfoot. That just would not be a good
Yeah.
thing. So anyway, this lovely lady who lives not far from us has volunteered to take them in, and that's
Oh,
that's a good
that's
thing.
good. Yeah,
So yeah,
that's very good.
but
Well, last
yeah,
weekend, I'll just tell this quick story. Last weekend, I was actually hiking. There's a Madera Canyon. I'm in southern Arizona, and there's this. People come from miles around to Madera Canyon, which is the bird sightseeing. True story. There's people that just sit there. You don't want to talk too loud because they're observing all the birds that are coming in and flying. They have wild turkey, and you can take hiking trails out. And I was walking down a hiking trail, and who did I come across was David Paulides. Do you know who that is?
oh yeah, the missing
Yeah,
411, the missing 411. Yeah,
yeah. He gave me $10 and he told me
wow.
to go hide behind a tree. No, I'm just joking. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But I did go to
Dad
Madera
humor.
Canyon.
Everybody loves him. Yeah. Have you seen the Steven Spielberg movie,
I haven't
Disclosure
yet,
Day?
but I've heard. I did check out your review and many others, and there seems to be a consensus.
Well, our review was based on basically just collating other reviews because Sharon and I had
Mm.
not seen it either. We
Oh,
live an
okay.
hour away from the closest theater,
Mm.
and we're just at an age where, going to a theater anymore is not as much fun as it was when we were, 20, 30 years younger.
Yeah.
So we'll see it when it's available to stream. But based on every review that I've seen so far, it does not seem to have had the effect that Steven
Mm.
Spielberg was hoping, which was that it would cause Christians to question our faith. Um, it seems like it's overlong, 2.5 hours running time, or 2 hours and 20 minutes. And most of that, like the first 2 hours and 10 minutes, is like a long chase scene,
Right.
which is basically the bad guys are trying to keep the two protagonists, a woman and a man. It's like, okay, Mulder and Scully, right? Trying to get them to the news station, the TV station where she serves as a weather anchor,
Hmm.
weather forecaster, so they can spill the beans on this 75-year cover up. And it's like it just that alone just feels like it's 30 years out of date. I mean, anybody under the age of 75 right now knows if you've got a laptop and an internet connection and a thumb drive, you basically sent that out to, I don't know, 4chan or Alex Jones or somebody, and it'll post it to X,
Hmm.
and you'll get more people believing it than if you take it to the news. Who believes the corporate media these days
Right.
anyway?
Right.
Yeah, it just seems like this would have been a better film if it had been done during the height of the X-Files popularity.
Now that you say that, that triggers something too, because it reminds me of all these guys that are going on coast to coast, and there's actually a gentleman I want to connect with and talk to him about this because he's appearing in Tucson at the MUFON meeting. But they're all ex-CIA people who are UFO experts now, and they're talking about this hybrid program. And I'm thinking, okay, if anybody we shouldn't trust, maybe it's the CIA and what kind of information that they want to put out there.
Yeah, yeah. That was one of the things that struck me about back in 2017 when Josh Peck and I had a book out called The Day the Earth Stands Still. Of course, it's a play on the title from the 1952 film The Day the Earth Stood Still. This is a fly that is just seems very friendly. And that was when Lou Elizondo, who has become sort of the face of the disclosure movement, or one of the major faces since 2017, came forward. And, he was from the Defense Intelligence Agency, and he quit 2 months before the New York Times ran that big story that made the Tic Tac video, the Tic Tac UFO video famous. he was part of a group, a company that went public and was soliciting investors called To the Stars Academy of Arts and Sciences, headed up by Tom DeLonge, the former lead singer, guitarist of Blink 182. Well, all of the other members of the board of directors were straight out of the military intelligence complex. CIA, DIA, Hal Puthoff, who was the head of the Project Stargate, the remote viewing experiments at Stanford Research Institute. So, I was just a little skeptical about that. It's like, okay, maybe these guys want to go private and, they found a way they can, earn a better living than they could on a government salary with the unique experiences and intelligence, the information that they had gathered over the years. But then why do you have a rock and roll guitarist as the CEO of the company? That just seemed a little strange to me. Now,
Yeah.
To the Stars Academy of Arts and Sciences has rebranded. Now it's just To the Stars. It's Tom DeLonge's company. But there is still one of the guys from the board of directors still advising him. And again, it's one of the guys who came out of the intelligence community. So
Yeah, that's
when you look at
interesting.
the UFO phenomenon going back to 1947, the intelligence community has been involved with it right from the get-go, and they have controlled the narrative, which I the section that I wrote for the 2017 book was revised and updated for the book I co-authored with Donna Howell and Allie Anderson called Destination Earth. So a lot of the same information, but I was able to include the To the Stars stuff in there. And also something I didn't know at the time when the book was written, the first book, the Tic Tac video, which, Commander David Fravor, who was the Marine Corps F-18 pilot, and God bless those guys. I take nothing away from those guys because I know a fella from like 30 years ago who was an F-18 pilot, and he described landing on a carrier at night. It's like a postage stamp sized rectangle of light in the middle of pitch black. And that's your target that you have to land on. Like, okay, that's more courage than I ever want to need. Anyway, what these guys saw was real. There's no question about that. And the fact is, that Tic Tac moved like 3 times faster than the fastest known terrestrial aircraft, the SR-71, which is one of our spy planes. But it doesn't necessarily follow that it was extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was presented in 2017 as this big revelation. It's like they smuggled the video out of the Pentagon, and here's this new revelation. And it turned out that an author at a website called Fighter Sweep back in 2014, which is a website for fighter pilots by fighter pilots. They had mentioned that, this video had been out on the internet since 2007. So the 2004 event, somebody had gotten the video, put it up on YouTube in 2007. But in 2014, when the author of this article contacted Commander Fravor to, reconfirm details, it had been pulled off the internet. And according to Commander Fravor, everybody involved in that 2004 incident had been visited by a 3-letter agency. So why
Yeah.
didn't they want it out there? And what
Right.
is the narrative that they're trying to push?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, it's hard for me to say what all these images are in the sky and things like that. But as we said last time we were together, I think that you can sort of take away the UFO side of it, i.e., the craft or the mysterious objects that people see in the sky, with the abduction cases, because those seem to be overwhelmingly similar to other types of events that involve the supernatural and demonic evil. So I think that's the compelling part that Joe Jordan and Guy Malone have, and what people are going to hear at the Christian
Yeah.
Symposium, is because we're not saying what these images are necessarily in the sky. I don't know until somebody comes up with facts, but we can say that these types of encounters have been happening for years and years and years, and they've gone under different names. And some of the most famous ufologists believed that these were actually not beings from another planet that were flying around in a tin can, that these were what they would call interdimensional beings. And so
Hmm.
um, that's the part people I think really need to research first and determine what's going on there. And so this meeting, this event that's going to be carried at Gilbert House YouTube channel, as well as this channel, or if you're on my channel, as well as the channel I'm on, uh, is going to have answers Thursday. So bring your questions. And I think it's better, Derek, if we do it this way than the other way. I thought you could, actually take the video and just share it. But this way, I'll be able to turn your voice on through the laptop so that
Right.
the people can hear it. So I think that's definitely a good way. But yeah, check it out this Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Roswell time. It's going to be very interesting. I don't know what all it entails, but if you're in Roswell, actually for the festival, it's at 1400. I have the address this time, 1400 West 2nd Street. So check it out. I think it's going to answer a lot of questions if anybody has questions about the alien abduction experience.
Yeah. And again, you can forward those questions in the live chat. And see somebody in the chat there said, spoke with us, Sharon and me, at the 2017 Gen 6 conference, the True Legends
Wow,
conference put on by
that
Steve
was
Quayle
nine
back in
years ago.
2017. So, yeah.
Time flies.
In fact, not long after we'd gotten back from Roswell, actually.
Hmm.
So you can do that, or you can email them to info@gilberthouse.org or
Or
collinsbd@aol.com.
AOL.com.
Yeah. I want to try something as an experiment here, Bruce. I don't know that we'll have an opportunity to do this, or if we should even attempt to get
Uh-oh. Are we going to
maybe.
have to sing? No.
No, none of
Okay,
that.
good. Whew.
Yeah. Oh,
I know your wife can
my,
sing, but I can't sing.
Sharon can sing. I used to be able to sing, but this
Oh, that's
autoimmune thing
right.
I've got going on
Yeah,
is
you
just
barbershop. I remember that.
the barbershop and gospel quartet. But
Yeah, I
no,
remember that.
those days are at least temporarily. Those days are gone. I'm going to try rolling some video on this side
Okay.
and see if it comes through on your side. And yeah, again, just as an experiment, this is why we're doing this. We're just sort of blowing out the pipes and checking to make sure things work as we want them to.
See if we have to rebuild
We
the engine.
correct. Because on the side, on that right-hand column, though, because I know, Bruce, you're using the same app that I'm using here,
Mhm.
there is a column there: people, chat, brand, text, and then media. And when you click on the
Oh yeah.
media, it brings out a little window. And if you preload videos and images, we may be able to share some of those, share some. But again, I'm not sure that that's going to be needed or even appropriate. I just want to see if this works. So
Well,
if you're
first
ready, I'm going to roll.
can I test one thing real quick?
Sure,
Ladies
absolutely.
and gentlemen, Derek Gilbert. Hey, it
That
works.
works.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the
Sorry
sound
about that.
effects down in the bottom. Yeah. So here is the video intro for the podcast, A View from the Bunker.
I definitely saw it on yours. I didn't see it on mine. And
All right.
oh, I
Okay.
definitely saw it on yours. I didn't see it on mine, but that's okay
Okay.
because yeah, you'll still be able to do your intro through yours.
Did the
So
audio did the audio come through on your side?
well, see, I can hear it, but I might only be hearing it from yours, maybe not from mine. I'm not sure. But that's
Okay.
okay. If it's on my feed, I don't mind. No
Yeah.
problem.
Well, this is again, one of those things we're just testing out. Again, I
Yeah.
don't think on Thursday that's necessarily going to be relevant or something we even need to worry about, but it
Oh,
is just an
yeah.
interesting, um,
Go for it. I say
uh,
go for it.
yeah, interesting feature. So anyway,
I approve.
um, well, and just interesting to show what a little tweaking with AI can do.
Hmm.
Um, AI is a tool like anything else, but over reliance on it can cause problems. So okay, well, I think we've got the basics of how we're going to connect
Yep.
and get this all set up on Thursday.
Yeah.
I had thought and considered the possibility of rolling as a preview on our channel a presentation that I gave on the occult origins of the ancient aliens hypothesis. But I think I can do that without having to go through Riverside. I'll just do that
Well, you know what?
from the YouTube channel.
I'll join you early, and then I can actually share your screen on mine, and probably air your video through mine if you want me to.
Well, the reason I'm thinking that might not be great, one of the great things. There are many wonderful things about living in the country, but fast internet is not one of them.
Okay.
So if I stream that live early, just from our YouTube channel, then it'll be out there without having to
Sure.
depend on our slow connection here.
You know, you
And
just
because again, I'm looking at the YouTube channel on my tablet here, which has got a 5G SIM card in it,
yeah.
and I can see that I'm really pixelated. So rather than do that and chew, or the other option is I could use my phone as a hotspot, but again, that chews up a lot of data. And I imagine 5 hours of streaming. I'll probably use the phone on Thursday just to make sure we've got a good, clean connection.
Well, you just made
And
me wonder too how the Wi-Fi is in Roswell.
well, that's a good question. So yeah, we ought to connect a little early before we
Yeah, definitely. We
get the
will.
live stream going. But
Yeah, I'm going to try to be there like at 9 a.m. And set up. I guess I'm setting up cameras, so I'll be for sure doing that early just to make sure everything's on the up and up.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that with Riverside you can use more than one camera, so you can have one
Yeah.
for the speakers when Joe, Jackie, and Guy are presenting, and then perhaps one on yourself when we're bantering or whatever, addressing questions
Yeah.
and forwarding them to. So anyway, but yeah, it'll take a little. Which button do we click? So, glad you're on that side and not me.
Yeah, it'll be a long drive.
Well, yeah, yeah. God bless you. Audio and video sounds great. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Like the mysteriousness of the music. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool
And
thing that AI came up with.
and I got a comment in my chat. Guys are looking good, so that's good.
Well, that that's all that matters. Was it? Gosh, the Billy Crystal character that he was on Saturday Night Live. He's
Fernando
better to
Lamas
look good than
or
to feel good. Yes,
or
Fernando
yeah,
Fernando
Fernando.
Lamas. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you look fabulous. Yeah. Well, we'll see you again on Thursday then. And again, for those of you in the chat, thank you for joining us here in this
Yes.
test of the stream. Thank you for helping us test it out. Stream chat is working great. And we just encourage you to make use of it on Thursday for the Christian Symposium on UFOs and alien abductions, sort of a kickoff event to the Roswell UFO Festival. So once you're there, Bruce, you'll well, because you got to get back home to your cat, don't you?
Yeah. My brother's going to check on him, but still, I bought him for my mom when she had dementia, and he's very clingy, and I am too. And so it's like my kid. I have to come back home and see him. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but it'll be fun, and it'll be good to see
yeah.
you on Thursday and work with you on this. I think it's gonna be profitable for all who attend.
I think so too. All right. Thank you very much. And until Thursday, I'm Derek Gilbert.
I'm Bruce Collins.
And God bless you. We'll see you Thursday as Bruce comes live from Roswell.
All right. Thanks, Derek.